Hey YouTube, this is Bill. This is part 2 of a comparison video I did comparing the EV30M compared to the new JBL Mark II battery powered and the Bose Pro 8. And I explained in the last video, I don't actually own the Bose Pro 8, so I'm not going to be doing any sound demo with that today. So we're going to be having EV30 in comparison to the JBL Mark II. Wherever you see the pair of headphones, that'll be the speaker that I'm playing. I'm going to be playing a very dynamic piece of classical music. It's going to start out with some nice clear brass, and that should be really crisp, and then it's going to hit the timpanis. I'm a drummer myself, so that's what I'm looking for, that timpani strike, and that timpani strike will be about 97 dB. And I've measured both speakers. They're pretty close. Both speakers are flat, no treble, no mids, nothing added. Everything is flat. So we're going to start with the EV30M and we'll hear what it sounds like. So here's the setup I'm using. We're starting with the EV30. I'm using a dB meter. Everything is set flat, treble 0, mids 0, bass 0. I have my source, which is my phone, at almost maximum, 95%, and the level of the EV is -20. I'm going to be looking at the dB meter to max out at about 97 dB at that timpani strike at the end, and that's pretty much very realistic to a real timpani. Take it from a real drummer. So let's hear how it sounds. Both very impressive. I'm really surprised the JBL keeping up with the EV30. Remember, the JBL is on battery power and the EV is on AC. And the JBL has the option of being plugged into AC and you get more dBs, about 3 more dBs. So I do feel the EV is a little stronger, a little fuller, but it's so close that unless I had them A-Bing like I'm doing right now, one after the other, I would never really know the difference. And remember, we still have that EQ option to bring out some of those frequencies if you think some frequencies are lacking compared to the EV. I'm going to do it one more time, same track, so listen carefully. Well, there you have it, sound test. I hope you heard the difference. It's very hard to hear the difference considering I'm not using a very good microphone. I'm using the least expensive microphone you can think of, and that would be an iPad microphone. And then you're playing it back through whatever speakers you're playing it back with through your computer on YouTube. So you really can't get a very good representation of sound from these sound demos. And many YouTubers don't even bother doing sound comparisons because it's kind of like a waste of time. But I'm hoping I'm doing it the right way, because many people will hear a speaker that's louder and your ear automatically picks the louder speaker as the better one. So I've spent my time before I made the video, and that is making sure both speakers were on flat, no EQ involved on either one, and then using a dB meter to make sure that loudness isn't a factor, because they're both at pretty much the same volume at their max peak, which in this case was about 97, a little over 97 dB. So right here in the home, about 3 meters away, a decent distance, the EV was fuller. When those timpani strikes happened, the cymbals at the end, it was just much fuller, more realistic. But I have to say the JBL was right, almost right there. I'm not going to say equal though. In my mind, the EV was stronger. But I'll say it again, one is on battery power, one is on AC. So that alone isn't an even playing field. So I hope you enjoyed. A little wrap up, and then we'll compare it, going back to compare it to the Bose Pro 8, which unfortunately I don't have in front of me. Just for my own curiosity, I just Googled it, and I looked up the loudest the timpani drum plays, and I was incorrect. It goes up to 106 dB, and I played at 97, but it was plenty loud in the house here to get the idea, the comparison. But if you really want to play at realistic levels in your home, you got to bump it up to 106 dB. Of course, that's on stage volume, or that's the volume the drummer experiences right next to the drum. The audience, 10 rows back, 15 rows back, I guess 97 dB would be more realistic. So let's wrap this up. These are some notes I had put on my original video, but I'm sure not everybody reads those notes. So here we go. I was talking about dispersion. The EV is rated at 120 degrees dispersion, and the JBL Mark II is 140 degrees. So the JBL is rated higher. Dispersion is how far to the left and right, how much audience one speaker can cover. And that's an important statistic, because that's the whole idea of a portable PA. You're usually only going to take one speaker. So we got 120 for the EV, 140 for the JBL, but the missing speaker here, the Bose Pro 8, beats them all, and that's the 180 degree dispersion. And Bose is famous for that, and no other company can touch that at this point. To tell you the truth, I don't hear the difference between 120 and 140. So if JBL throws further to the left and right, maybe in a live setting with an audience in front of you, but from my sound test, I didn't hear that difference. The next difference is an important one, and something that I didn't realize until this sound demo I just did. And that is the JBL and the Bose both have a plastic sub enclosure. What do they call it? ABS? High-tech plastic. It's nice, it's light, it doesn't scratch easily, but in comparison, which the other two don't have, the EV30M has a wood enclosure. So a light bulb went on that maybe that's what I heard just now. I heard those timpanis have a fuller, more realistic sound. And maybe we just witnessed, at least I did, that was because of the wooden enclosure. Of course, wood adds weight, and a lot of people don't want to go with wood tops because they get 50, 60 pounds. So most of the companies are now doing ABS. But in a subwoofer, a wooden enclosure just might make the difference. I think I heard it today. Another interesting spec, and that is you got to be careful about specifications. JBL claims they have a max output of 1500 watts. I don't know about that. Maybe in a special chamber at 1 meter, but of course everybody knows nobody listens at 1 meter. You stand back. Here I was playing at least 3 or 4 meters back, and when you're playing in front of a live audience, they're going to be many meters back. So I really don't. I'm not going to put any weight into that 1500 watt spec. Here, the EV is rated at 1000 watts. And again, from my sound demo, EV is fuller and louder. From the overall sound signature, from the highs, mids, and lows, EV definitely stands out. Shoulders above Bose and JBL, has cleaner highs. I don't have to do much EQing with EV. It already has a nice, very clean, loud top end. It's very PA-like. It's very loud and in your face and clean at max volume, where the JBL is smoother. The Bose is also smoother, but I know Bose has a rolled off high end. They don't go up to 20 hertz like EV does. JBL claims 20 hertz, but I find I need to add some EQ to equal the EV. So basically, if you play a Bose with really nice mids with either the EV or a speaker like QSC, you're going to get both best of both worlds. But EV is missing a little bit of the smooth mids that the JBL and the Bose are strong about. A very important consideration in my book is the app that these new speakers come with. And hands down, EV has the best app. It's easier to manipulate, it's clearer, it's larger. JBL has a good app, but it's much more difficult, waiting for a firmware update. Bose has an update, but it's the least of the other two. It has, I've explained this in my past video, it has only a 2-band EQ, so it's kind of lacking on the Bose. And one plus people will mention about Bose though, it has the tone match, which live musicians, especially acoustic guitarists, have been using for many years, where they can dial in their sound. In my case, I'm playing more backing tracks or electronic drums, and the tone match doesn't really do much for drums. Both the EV and the JBL have the advantage over the Bose that through their app, they can connect multiple speakers, which is really nice. I've already connected through the EV. I've connected a subwoofer from the app, control it, Bluetooth, and an auxiliary speaker. But I believe you can control more than just those two. You can control quite a few. And the same thing with the JBL. I ran a subwoofer from the through out, and I was able to control it from the app, the gain, which is really nice. You can mute it. The Bose, you can't do that. Again, the Bose is playing catch up on their app. They can't run multiple speakers. You can't control the gain of even a second speaker, which is really a downside of my playbook. So in the case of Bose, people are writing in, one of the questions is, I want to run 2 Pro 8s. I want to run 2 Pro 16s. Can I do it from the app? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. You have to do it the old school way, and that is your 15 to 20 foot long XLR cable between the two. And everybody knows that's a trip hazard, and it's just they're behind the ball on that situation. And that's something I don't believe a firmware update is going to be able to alleviate. Okay, the wrap up of the wrap up, and that is EV30M, JBL Mark II, Bose Pro 8. I would say if you're going AC power, I'm going to stick with my EV30M. I am very, very happy with it. I'm impressed, but then I can't give you a 100% comparison with the Pro 8 because I don't have it next to it. JBL, I'm super impressed also, and that is the fact that it's the only speaker in this category that is on battery power. The next step down is a Bose S1 Pro or a Mackie Thumb Go, which is quite a step down. just a completely different league. So the JBL they really did a good job. I'm proud of JBL. They even have a swappable battery. I haven't purchased that, but you can buy a second battery and you can just swap it right out in the middle of taking a break. So that's a great feature. And that's it. They both go loud, but AC power definitely wins in that category. JBL has the ability to be played on AC power. It's supposedly louder, but in my own case, I haven't done much testing on AC power. So there is no winner here. Unfortunately, a lot of people want a winner. What should I buy? And the answer, maybe it's simple. If you need battery power in this kind of quality, reaching a larger audience than an S1 Pro, then JBL is pretty much, right now, they have the market cornered. If you want a lightweight column speaker that can reach maybe up to 150 people, one speaker, that might be pushing it, maybe more like 100 to 150 maybe, and that would be the EV or the Pro 8. They're all winners. Hope you enjoyed these two parts. If you haven't seen part 1, you should go back and see it. This is Bill, signing out. Later.